Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Faithful Dogs podcast. I am Tyler Johnson. I am joined by Zach DeFranco and Eddie McDonald. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
I can't.
How you feeling?
I can't.
Yeah, I can't. I can't either. I mean, other than the cyber attack going on, but I feel pretty good. Other than that.
Yeah, I can't really complain about anything.
We do have a fun show tonight. We're gonna have a Super Bowl preview show, so not really any Browns talk tonight. There hasn't been a whole lot of really moves happening anyway. That's gonna really start happening a lot more after the Super Bowl. So we talk a lot of Super Bowl previewing that for you tonight. If you were joining us on Twitter or Facebook, attempt to make your way over to the YouTube channel. YouTube has had some issues as well this afternoon with connections. But if you haven't yet, go subscribe to the channel if you're able to do so. You can subscribe for free. And if you would drop a like on today's live video as well, that way you can help the channel algorithm grow and help Network 216 grow too. So we really would appreciate that support. Jack Robinson is not with us tonight. He is enjoying a Cavs game. So glad Jack has the opportunity to do that.
It's just so everyone listening knows. Jack was like, listen, I've been pushing off going to a Cavs game this year. I want to go tonight. And as soon as he said that, Garland and Mitchell sit. So that's what you get for skipping the show tonight, Jack. Just saying.
Wow.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
That's podcast karma.
Yep. The beef continues with me and Jack.
Before we get into tonight's episode of the show, we do want to take a second here from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy.
What's up, everybody? We know that daily fantasy never stops, and Network 216 is proud to be a partner with Underdog Fantasy. Very simple to use. All you have to do is go to underdogfantasy.com and you will just click the sign in button. You'll create an account if you haven't done so already. If you've not created an account, it'll ask you to enter code 216 and they will double your first deposit up to $100. Underdog Fantasy, live draft lobbies that you get to compete with you and your friends. It's no salary cap like DraftKings and FanDuel. You get to go to a draft lobby, pick the players you want, or you can do daily pick'ems, which give you access to all the NFL and NBA games for you to make your picks every single night. Again, go to underdogfantasy.com or use the Underdog Fantasy app on iOS or Android. Use code 216 to double your first deposit up to $100. Sign up today.
Hey, they also have we're going to get into the Super Bowl tonight. They have a Jalen Hurts prop starting tomorrow for new and existing users. So it's literally over just one total yard for Jalen Hurts. I'm not a genius, but I think that's going to happen. Okay. So I would go get that. I would get that. It's a free square to use. Use that code 216, double your deposit, go win some money.
Like Zach said, go to underdogfantasy.com. Use code 216, especially if you're a first-time user. And they have all kinds of fun betting opportunities for you. So go take advantage of that for the Super Bowl. Gentlemen, the Super Bowl on Sunday between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's flash back to the last offseason. Did either one of you expect this to be the result, seeing Philadelphia and Kansas City in the Super Bowl this year?
Honestly, I don't even remember who I picked to come out of the NFC this year.
I know I didn't
remember.
Pick the Eagles.
No, I didn't pick the Eagles.
I think I picked the Bills.
I picked the Bills in the AFC.
It's not surprising for me to see the Chiefs. I don't think I picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I think I might pick the Bills to win the Super Bowl. I don't remember now. That's a long time ago. But I'm not surprised to see the Chiefs this way because for 5 years that Patrick Mahomes has been a starter, they went to the AFC Championship game. So it's really they're becoming like the next dynasty. And especially if they win, Sunday. The Eagles, I did not see them making it, and even throughout the season, I was like, I don't know if this is a Super Bowl team. And then, they got the good graces of San Francisco not having a quarterback. So,
yeah, I mean,
it's tough. I think Kansas City, out of the two, would be the one that you would expect most to make it here. But I think with them trading Tyreek Hill, everyone assumed that they were just going to struggle this year. Well, okay, not struggle, but they weren't just going to fly through the AFC like they have the last couple of years. Philadelphia is I love what Philadelphia is doing. To me, it's very satisfying seeing Jalen Hurts really silence a lot of his critics this year, because saw it a lot last year. People were like, oh, Jalen Hurts, he's not that great. He's not going to be a good quarterback. Philadelphia stuck with him, and he's repaying that faith.
Well,
So.
I mean, it's still going on, you know. I shut up. Last year I was not high on Jalen Hurts last year. So I shut up. I gave him his flowers, but there's still a lot of like national media, a lot of people out there saying you put any quarterback there in that
That's not
offense. Yeah,
That's
and
not
then
true.
and then they're saying I don't think it's true either. That this dude is a beast, bro. And now they're saying like put any coach there with this offense and they're good, and they're trying to not give Sirianni the credit he deserves. This is just a good team that's going to come out, and they have swagger. They're young. They're excited to play together. Yeah, they're definitely a fun team to watch.
And with Hurts, they went out and got him a weapon. They got another weapon. They got him, AJ Brown came in. I forget how many touchdowns. He had a bunch of touchdowns this year. And then the Devontae Smith connection. That just, you surround your best player with weapons to throw to. Like the Browns are hopefully going to do with Deshaun Watson, hopefully add another receiver or two via trade, free agency, draft, whatever. That's how you win in the NFL. Everyone thought when Patrick Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill, oh, he's not going to be as good. Well, he went out and, had over 5,000 yards like combined and like 50-something touchdowns combined. But with the Eagles, they are fun to watch. And I don't like the Eagles. Not that I don't really like dislike them, but I just don't. I don't know. It's like weird. Like I don't mind them, but I don't like them either. I'm just like, eh. But it should be a fun game. I am excited to see what Hurts can do on the big stage because I thought he got a lot of flack his rookie season. And I was like, all right, he's a rookie. Come on now. And now he's going to the Super Bowl. So,
yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts has been exciting to watch this year. I mean, 3,700 yards, 22 touchdowns, only 6 picks. I mean, and people are going to say, oh, the level of competition. I mean, he also ran for 760 yards and had 13 rushing touchdowns. So he's been fantastic. And I'll say this, if he didn't get injured, I firmly believe he would have been MVP, and I think he deserved to be MVP. But you mentioned it, Eddie. Getting A.J. Brown has been huge for Jalen Hurts. And the fact that Titans trade him is just something that's why their GM got fired, basically.
Seriously.
But similar to the Amari Cooper trade that the Cowboys traded the Browns. I mean, obviously they got a first rounder out of it, and but it's similar to that. Why would the Cowboys trade Amari Cooper? I'm glad they did. Why would the Titans trade A.J. Brown, their best offensive player outside of Derrick Henry? And just like, okay,
they just didn't want to pay him, man. And like, I don't understand. I just don't understand that mindset. I mean, I get that like their cap is tight and whatnot, but there's always a way to create cap space, especially for a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL, who the Browns were trying to acquire too, A.J. Brown. Unfortunately, ran out of assets to do so. But I mean, either way, dude, you got weapons everywhere on Philly. I feel like everyone wants to talk about Philadelphia's defense, and rightfully so, because it's been just fun to watch them all year. But those weapons are as good as anybody in the NFL. Miles Sanders, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert when he's healthy. I mean, you have so many weapons on this team, and I think this is where Kansas City is going to struggle, because Kansas City, where they're weak, as always, is that defense. And if they can't get pressure on Hurts, I think it's going to be a long day for Kansas City. I really do.
That?
No, sorry. Yeah, I got lost. I was reading into stuff.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I was reading into it. But no, yeah, I totally agree. I think the main thing about Kansas City's defense right now is it's not their pass rush, it's not their front seven, it's just their secondary. They're kind of all young, but they all are stepping up though, in the same sense. Like it's just a culture, like Eddie said, it's a dynasty that is now this is the norm.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it to the AFC Championship. We're gonna play for the Super Bowl. If they don't make it to the AFC Championship, it's like a letdown of a season for the Kansas City Chiefs now. And I think the Eagles, what you're going to see is that can get started here, but we'll get to it later. But the Chiefs have been here before. Mahomes has been here plenty of times already before in his young career. So it's going to be a fun game, man. It's going to be a very fun game.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs defense is highly underrated coming into this game. Like I feel a lot of people like think that they're like this not great defense, but they got pressure the past two on Burrow. I think they had 5 sacks, maybe 6. I think it was 5. Who did they play for? Who they played before?
Jacksonville.
Jones is coming in and getting sacks now. So if they can get to Hurts, then, I don't know if it'll be a one-sided game, but that's the key, like you said earlier, getting pressure on him. And then I think they have a good secondary if they're healthy. Last week they had to rely on 3 rookies, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
But now Snead is supposed to be playing. He cleared protocol. I think he practiced yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah. Tuesday.
Yeah, Eddie, the only person, because we got an injury update today, the only person that has even been limited was Kadarius Toney. Everybody else is good to go.
Tony already came out. I think it said he's playing. I think.
Well, he'll play. I'm just saying, as far as injury report, that's the only thing I've seen. As far
Juju's good too.
Huh?
Juju's good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, like you said, the pressure on Hurts has to be there, and on at the same note, the pressure on Mahomes has to be there from the Eagles. Both teams. The Eagles are better, I think, at creating pressure, but at the same time, it's like, how do you pressure Patrick Mahomes? Because sometimes he's even better under pressure.
How is his ankle? We'll find out. We'll find out on Sunday.
See, I don't think his ankle was that big of an issue last week. At times, you saw him come up, gingerly a little bit and like favoring it. And there was one play he got tackled and made sure to swing his leg the other way in case someone didn't hit it. I think it'll be fine. 2 weeks. I know that's a high ankle sprain, but you're playing for a Super Bowl and you're Patrick Mahomes. So, I think the ankle is, I don't think it's 100. I'd say it's between like 85 and 90 though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a big one. I mean, Kansas City, they do get the fifth, they average a good amount of sacks this year. So I think their sack percentage is 8.15%, which is 5th in the NFL. And they got some guys on that defense. I mean, mainly Chris Jones, who is just absolute 15.5 sacks as a defensive tackle. Just dude's a monster. And then you add in Nick Bolton with 180 tackles this year. George Karlaftis has been coming into his own with 6 sacks. Still have Carlos Dunlap, Frank Clark. They have the pass rushers. This is why this is going to be a great battle. Philadelphia arguably has the best offensive line in the NFL. The Chiefs have one of the top 10 defensive lines in the NFL. So something has to give on Sunday. So it's going to be fun.
I can't wait.
It's going to be
Eddie, breaking news for your Lakers. Russell Westbrook has been traded.
Has he?
To the Jazz. Yep, you guys got.
Yeah, the Lakers are finalizing a deal to land D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt. And Mike Conley is going to be sent in a trade to Timberwolves, Russell Westbrook, and a first-round pick to the Jazz, and also a bunch of no-name players involved in this trade that I've never heard of.
What the hell is a lightly protected?
What it means basically is that I assume it's easy for the Jazz to get it. Is what it sounds like. It's not lottery protected because that would stand out right away. So basically, they're going to have they'll probably have to give up that pick. Is what it means.
I actually like this trade. I love Russell Westbrook, and I love that he came off the bench and embraced that. And I know that there was reports say that him and Darvin Ham got into it last night, and and all that stuff. I love Russ. I still love Russ as a player, but I think D'Angelo can shoot better. And Russ can shoot better threes, and so we'll see what happens. But I'm sort of excited about that because they did something, anything, to try. I mean, they were in and out on Kyrie. He didn't go there, so I like it. We'll see what happens, and shout out to LeBron for getting the all-time record.
Yeah, Josh, thank you, man. Since Jack isn't here this week, subscribe, comment, share, go follow on social media. Do it. The man is correct. Jack is not here. So Josh will be Jack in the chat.
That's fair.
So we appreciate that, Josh. Always appreciate you tuning in, man, and everyone else that tunes in. But so, guys, the Chiefs lose Tyreek Hill, which on paper, going into the season, you're like, oh, that's a massive loss. And even though they lost Tyreek Hill, they still led the NFL in scoring.
Yeah.
Here's a good question, actually. This will bring up a great discussion. Is Mahomes and Kelsey the greatest quarterback tight end duo in NFL history?
I'd still give the edge to Brady and Gronk slightly, even though Kelsey and Mahomes, I guess it's about the same years they spent together each. I'd still probably put Brady and Gronk just ahead of them, but they're close. Someone was asking last week, I don't know if it was in our group chat or if it was another group chat or whatever, if Kelsey was the best tight end yet. And I said, if he's not, then he's on the doorstep. He's very close. I don't know. He's fantastic.
I think Kelsey's probably the best tight end, dude. Like especially that I've ever watched, consistently. And
That's fair.
but how many rings do Brady and Gronk have together?
3.
I think 3.
I think 2 in New England and 1 in Tampa Bay.
If it's, I think it's close enough where that those duos are tied at least. You can probably go back and forth between those two duos, but
yeah,
I personally would go Mahomes and Kelsey.
And I think Mahomes and Kelsey will end up breaking the record eventually.
Yeah.
So I mean, because at this point, I mean, you knock on wood, you have Pat Mahomes. He's only like 27 years old. As long as Kelsey stays healthy,
yeah.
I mean, even though he's getting up there in age, there's no reason to think that they won't set records.
4 of Tom's 7 are with Gronk.
Oh, then yeah. Super Bowl wise, I don't think they'll touch him.
Well, they might, because if they win this year, that'll be 2 out of the last 3 years. So that's a good trend to have. They've never not been in the AFC Championship game with Mahomes as a starter. But the discussion is fun, and you can argue whoever you want. And a lot of people always forget that Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates were these badass tight ends, and I think that it's because we're sort of prisoner of the moment in a sense. But I'm not arguing against it. Kelsey could, because I said if he's not number 1 now of all time, then he's right there. Literally right there. All he has to do is open the door and walk right through it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think how Philadelphia handles Travis Kelce on Sunday, I'm really curious to see what he does. Jonathan Gannon, I mean, he's up for NFL head coaching jobs. I'd keep an eye on Arizona, with them not hiring one till after the Super Bowl. Keep an eye on that one. But they're loaded on defense, man. I mean, you got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who will be a free agent, by the way. Marcus Epps. They got guys in the secondary. And again, you can't match up with Kelce one-on-one. But if there is a team that athletically might be able to at least somewhat contain him, it's that Philadelphia defense. And I mean contain lightly, like 70 yards, 80 yards.
Right.
And a touchdown.
How do you contain a Kelce,
Yeah. I mean, it's what do you think overall, guys, that this game is going to end up coming down to? Because I firmly believe it's going to be that line of scrimmage battle because, again, the Eagles have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. We know the Kansas City defensive line is very strong. If they can get after Hurts in this game, I think Kansas City is going to win this game. But if they can't, I think Philadelphia takes it. So what are your guys' thoughts?
Dude, I mean, you said the Kansas City defensive line is tough. Eagles defensive line is they are one of the best in the league this year. Their front 7 too. Reddick 11 sacks, Hargrave 16 sacks, Hargrave 11 sacks, Graham 11 sacks, Sweat 11 sacks. Dude, that's insane. That pressure alone.
Enough love. He was highly underrated, and then goes to the Eagles, and he just has this monster season, and he's doing it in the playoffs too. He does not get enough love, and he really could be literally the X factor of this game.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like Tyler said, it's gonna come down to the line of scrimmage, and if I had to choose right now, I think the Eagles' line of scrimmage is I think they're gonna come out on top.
See, I think for me, just to go against you guys and have something a little bit different, the secondary, I think, of both teams is going to be, so how do you contain Brown and
Devonta Smith
and Smith and
Goddard,
Kelsey?
Yeah,
mainly it's Kelsey, but and Goddard, yes, and Goddard. But how do you contain Kelsey? Juju is a good player for Mahomes to throw to. When he's healthy, he was obviously hurt in the AFC Championship game. They were down to 2 or 3 receivers themselves. But I think it's going to come down to the secondaries because the pressures are going to have to be there. But these guys can scramble, and these guys can throw under pressure. So I'm excited to see what the secondaries can do, especially Kansas City against these guys because they were banged up last week. I think Snead makes a world of difference. He's had a tremendous season for him. So I'm more anxious to see that battle. But I do agree with you guys that the line of scrimmage is going to be a huge factor one way or the other. And if I had to pick now, I'd probably pick the Chiefs just because Patrick Mahomes won me a fantasy title. So
there are going to be some and there are going to be some good free agents on that Eagles defense this offseason. I mean, they're not going to be able to keep everybody. So,
but what's crazy is they have 2 first-round picks this year.
I believe they do.
So like that
they do.
So their GM is setting them up to win now and also continue to build. So hopefully it's something, our beloved team can do, or is starting to do, hopefully. But yeah, like you said, they can't bring all of them back, but some of them will definitely be back. But then you mix in, some first round picks or trade those first round picks for someone to fill the void. It's crazy what they're doing. Like, shout out to them because,
yeah, dude, I mean, and Andrew Barry got to learn from Howie Roseman, which you're starting to see a little bit on what he's doing.
All right.
You love it, man. I mean, again, the way they've put that roster together, it's truly incredible. I mean, and I do think a lot of these guys that they can retain easily. Like, I mean, there's always ways. I mean, we saw the Rams do it. The Rams have one of the worst cap situations in the NFL. They did last year when they had OBJ and, I mean, all the talent they had, and they were able to bring back a lot of those guys. And even though they lost Von Miller, they brought in Bobby Wagner. So there's always ways to manipulate.
The Bucs did the same thing. They returned almost every single one, or if not all of their starters from the Super Bowl from the previous season before losing to the Rams that year. So it's doable. The salary cap is a myth. That's not real. Like, it really
it's a myth to an extent. You can only push money down so far before it's going to come back and bite you. We're seeing it with the Saints, who are 57 over the cap and are trying to get Derek Carr, who has a $40 million contract. So
but Michael Thomas probably isn't going to be there. They're probably not going to pay him.
He'll be gone. Saves $21 million.
Right. So he'll probably likely be gone. No, I don't want him in Cleveland.
They would have to also trade probably Cam Jordan. Like, they're to the point. It's going to be. I don't know how they pull off. I mean, of course, people say there's always ways to make trades work and whatnot. But Derek Carr doesn't want to restructure his contract, and New Orleans is way over the cap. So unless they make a ton of moves, I don't know how they pull that one off.
I think Derek Carr needs to go to the Bucs, dude.
That would be the best fit for him, I think.
Yeah, I don't really want to see him go to the Saints.
You guys want to hear something incredible? Hassan Reddick's salary for next year is $1 million.
Yeah.
Talk about the signing of free agency. Okay. As we're wrapping up our preview, Zach, you're the sports betting guy here, I would say.
The guy. We'll go with
the
that.
Guy. What are some props that you like on Sunday for this game?
You always do this to me, man. You always give me right up.
Hey, you used to do it with me with draft stuff from time to time, randomly.
Dude. Yeah.
I mean, you guys do the show every week together, so you should know this is coming. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, it just kind of happened in January for us.
You know what I love though? I love seeing all you guys in Ohio that are finally able to legally bet on sports, being able to do it, and then everyone's like, "Oh man, my parlay missed by this guy didn't get one rebound, or I had 16 parlay that one team didn't win." Like, I'm so happy you guys get to do that, and I'm glad you guys got to take advantage of like all the free cash that all the different sites give you because, I think it was like up to $100 for a lot of them. Give you $100 or something. So that's awesome. Then you keep the winnings, and then Zach loves it now, and I love that he loves it.
I think I love it a little too much.
Eddie, I have to share this. So the tight end parlay, first TD parlay, it was for the divisional round. First two, Travis Kelce, bang. Dallas Goedert, bang. If Dawson Knox and Dalton Schultz were switched for me that day, I would have had 3 out of the 4, and I probably could have cashed out. But I got screwed. It was a free bet. It was a $5 free bet. So
right. That's why I've had to take a break from sports betting for a little bit, because I would just be getting screwed on the most stupid things. I'm just like, wow, this guy got hurt in the first quarter, so he's not getting his 36 whatever. Okay, great. And like, but I do love that Ohio gets to do that all the time now.
Yeah,
like it adds to watching games, which it's only gonna make sports more popular. Like obviously with Network 216, the partnership of Underdog Fantasy, there's games every night, and it's not just a budget. Like you get to draft your teams. They do like best ball stuff. Like there's a bunch of cool stuff, and now you guys get to actually like do that and like, oh cool, I can do this now. Like no matter what. And there's so many people I see on Twitter that are like, man, I shouldn't be gambling this much, and we're only 30 whatever days into the new year. I was like, well, you guys have went years without it, so live it up.
Exactly.
Responsibly. Do it responsibly. If you're hearing this, do so responsibly, please.
There's always a phone number you can call that I do not have in front of me. Anyway,
we need to probably start having that in front of us now that we're promoting this more. Dude.
We probably should.
Probably, yeah.
Josh, do the Saints have any clue what they're doing? They hired Joe Woods and want Derek Carr. I mean, if you're trying to win now in a terrible division, Derek Carr makes sense. If that's what you're trying to do, even though I don't think the Saints are that great. Can't really say anything.
Hey, we were in on him. Huh? We were on him last year before we went after Watson.
Yeah, true. But if we were paying, it would be brutal if we were paying Derek Carr $40 million a year.
Oh
goodness!
Oh,
I'd cry.
That makes me sick right now just thinking of that.
Hey, well, at least we didn't pay Baker Mayfield $40 million a year.
That's very true.
Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that name.
Why not?
Dude, I'm kidding. Such a trigger word for people. Okay, so. I think though, as far as anytime touchdowns, don't overthink this. Travis Kelce, don't overthink this. Travis Kelce is
Jerick
McKinnon, easy money.
Jerick McKinnon's plus 175 on FanDuel, so easy. That's an easy one. A sneaky one. If you guys want a sleeper on Sunday, I like Kadarius Toney at plus 370. It seems like the type of game where Andy
Reid's going to get creative. Reid's going to get creative. It's going to be something like a reverse jet sweep, something. Maybe even the ring around the rosy thing happens again. You never know.
Dude, that was the most.
I might go just because I'm like a big fan of his because he won me some money this year. I might do the Mahomes plus 490 anytime touchdown score because they don't throw a lot of the deep balls anymore. They just basically dink and dunk a little bit. Obviously, he airs it out sometimes, and there's yards after the catch. But he is a sneaky candidate to sneak one in there because I think Jalen Hurts might do too, but I don't know. But definitely Kelce. Everyone go right now. Put some money. Just put it on plus 120 for Travis Kelce. You can thank us on Sunday night or Monday morning, whatever you prefer. Hey, is the coin toss going to be heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Tails.
That's what I always do too. Tails.
Tails. Yep. I feel like that one's easy. Personally,
I think you could even see Kelce get 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
But
listen to this one. This one's wild for anyone. If anyone could hit this, any two of Travis Kelce, Miles Sanders, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling scores 3 TDs each at plus 21,000.
Yeah, I'm
3
good on
each.
That. 3 each. Yeah. I'm good on that, bro.
So Miles Sanders,
dude, that's great. That's crazy odds.
Which MVS and Kelce, they're not scoring 6 touchdowns together. I don't think so.
No.
And I don't.
Kelce could do it, and it wouldn't shock me. But
right,
that's it.
Like MVS could have one of those ones that like was who was I called that for this? Santonio Holmes, like a game-winning drive that MVS could be somewhere in the back of the end zone, just like Santonio Holmes was for the Steelers. Like that's what I would somewhat bet on him. I would never bet, even though it's astronomical odds. I would never bet for him to score 3 touchdowns ever in a game.
That's right. Yeah.
Now if it was 2 each of any combo of those, and it was Miles Sanders and Travis Kelce, then maybe
there was another one that was kind of nice. So one of them, a game special, is you can do Hassan Reddick to record a sack and the Eagles win at plus 190. I like that one personally because we're going to get into our predictions here in a minute. Are there any others you guys really like?
Well, for underdog, this is what I would do. I would go utilize that free square, obviously, for Jalen Hurts. And then I would do Patrick Mahomes over on his passing yards, 294.5. I think he's going to have – it's going to be a Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl. I really think so. I got is it Pacheco or Pacheco?
Isaiah Pacheco.
Pacheco. I got him over 50 rushing yards.
7th round pick, right? Or 6th round?
Something, dude. I just know
7th rounder out of Rutgers.
Travis Kelce, I have him over on his receiving yards. And then I have A.J. Brown over 5.5 receptions.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
I don't know if he's going to have like a crazy game in yardage, but they're definitely going to get A.J. Brown involved more. He's been somewhat quiet in the postseason right now. But I think this is going to be a game where this is why they traded for him. So,
who's the favorite?
Eagles are favorite. They're minus 1.5, but
okay. I mean, that could fluctuate any time from now till.
Spoiler alert.
I think it'll change.
Hammer the Chiefs money line. Hammer it.
Oh yeah.
Telling you, bro.
All right, gentlemen.
You're fly Eagles fly, right?
We'll find out in a second. Who do you guys got winning on Sunday? Super Bowl 57. Who takes it?
I gave it away, so I'll go first. I got Chiefs. Chiefs 34, Eagles 30.
Dude, Jack, by the way, before you go, Eddie, Jack has picked the Chiefs.
Okay, good. I'm also picking the Chiefs. I think it's going to be somewhere high scoring. Like, I'd say let's go 33-26.
See, that's the thing. Vegas has the over-under for points at 50.5. I'll take the over on that, too.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Unless the defense
I think it's going to be low scoring.
You do?
Unless the defense is
lower. I would take the under, personally. That's me, though.
I'm never right on these 30, dude. I'm never
right on these things. So just do the opposite of what I say, and normally that
honestly same. Honestly, same, dude.
Okay, yeah. Fly Eagles, fly, baby. I got the Eagles in this one. Jalen Hurts has something to prove. He's been doing it all season long, and he's got something to prove on Sunday. I think he is once and for all going to show that he is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, because there are people that still doubt him. They doubt the level of competition Philadelphia's played all year. They doubt because the 49ers lost all their quarterbacks that Philadelphia doesn't deserve to be here. The Eagles are going to be playing dreams and nightmares after they win another Super Bowl. So I got the Eagles in this one. I got them 27-24 over Kansas City. So,
you know what's great about FanDuel that I love that we talked about in our group chat before that some of you guys didn't know what it was? Will there be a scoregami you can bet on that?
Yeah, and what's it called? The octopus or something like that?
Yes, I don't know how that.
It's just if anyone scores and gets a 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion because you get 8 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's wild that's on there, because I don't know if anyone knows what the scoregami is, but if you don't, you can go follow them on Twitter. They track every score of every game, and it's all these unique scores. So there's like 1,075 unique scores. There's so many scores that obviously cannot be done. 1-0, anything with 1 obviously in it. There's a couple others that can be done. But it's crazy. Like you see a score that's outrageous, and you go and it's like, oh, so that's the scoregami. That's the 1,000 whatever. Yo, bro. Screw the refs. Boy,
screw the refs.
I love it. Oh, man. Well, gentlemen, as we're wrapping up this show, I mean, in Ohio, Zach, I don't know how it is up near where you are, but here, dude, it was around 55 degrees today. I was able to go outside in a long sleeve Homage shirt. About as comfortable as you can get for one, and it wasn't even cold. I mean, you can't. I don't know about you guys. You can't go better with a product that, regardless if it's cold, if it's warm, whatever it might be, they got something for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like that hoodie Zach has on. That's perfect in any weather. Like, it was a little bit warmer the past couple of days here too in Pennsylvania, and it's great in the cold. It's great, especially if you're putting on a winter coat right over it, or if you're just running down to your car and running to the store real quick and coming right back. Fantastic.
The one thing I love about Homage hoodies, dude, I didn't say this yet, but it's the fact that you can wear them in the cold and keep warm, but you also they're not heavy. They're not heavy hoodies. They're comfortable. They're lightweight. I like that a lot about them, dude. Seriously. That's from the heart. That's from the heart, dude.
That's exactly that was the perfect wording of what I was trying to describe, because it's like you feel it's on you and you feel it, but then it's not like, man, this thing needs to come off me. I need to roll up my sleeves. It's like a perfect temperature hoodie for whatever.
You guys can't go wrong with Homage. You're not going to find anything better retro apparel. I mean, this shirt is Team USA soccer team for the World Cup. All these caricatures on here.
Yeah.
It's just sweet. They make it look retro. You guys have to go to homage.com right now. If you do, and you're a first-time user, just type in your email address to subscribe for their updates, and you'll get a 10% discount on your first order. So go take advantage of that. They have sales pretty much every single week. So
every day almost.
Yeah, I would even almost every day. So shop responsibly because you could easily just go completely broke.
I will say, if you want to just get one shirt real quick, they dropped a new shirt for LeBron passing the scoring record.
Oh.
It says the sky isn't the limit. It's a really dope shirt, dude. Like, I think I'm gonna grab it. I'll have to post pictures of it later, but go look at that. New drops almost every day too from Homage right now. So
yeah, I'm not even the biggest LeBron fan. I think it looks sweet. So
I mean, I was always a Kobe fan, so LeBron was sort of like the enemy. But when he came to the Lakers, you obviously can't like hate. I'll never hate LeBron. Like I know a lot of people do. But that moment was dope. So I might have to buy that shirt too, just because I know what the Homage shirts are like. And I know they do dope things. I haven't even seen it yet. I guess it's the first I even heard about it. But I might have to buy that myself because watching that last night, I don't know if you guys watched it. I think you did, Zach and Tyler.
Yeah, I watched it.
I did not, dude.
Sure.
I was asleep.
Okay. So we were talking about it like in the group chat and stuff and all over Twitter and all over everything. That was just a dope moment. So I might have to buy it just because I watched the NBA scoring record get broken. And Homage has just t-shirts.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now they have 75. Love it. Love that shirt. They have 75% off. If you spend $75, my bad. They have $75. If you spend $75, free shipping. So go to homage.com, check all that out. And Josh brought up something. Prayers to everybody that is near the East Palestine chemical spill. That's a rough situation. So hopefully everything's going okay there. Appreciate everyone that tuned into this episode of the show. Like I said, there have been social media issues today. So if you missed the show or weren't able to see it live, it will be available on the YouTube channel. If you're not yet subscribed to YouTube, go when it's up and running, go subscribe to the channel for free. Entered in for any giveaways that we have on the channel that are available only to our subscribers, and drop a like on the video to help Network 216 grow. Coming up here at 10 o'clock tonight, we have the Dog Chug. You want to tune into that. You need a good laugh to get you through the rest of your week, and you're not going to find a better place.
I love Dog Chug. And if you want to drink, please go grab like a 6-pack or maybe a 12-pack with these guys sometimes, and just drink along with them. It's seriously a fun show to be on and to watch. So go check that out.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see what happens on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Can't wait. Again, thank you for everyone tuning in. We're back with more Browns talk next week. Talk to you all soon, and go Browns.
Go Browns.
Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm taking over for Jack. I am Jack now.